Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Adrian Hallberg, founder of Biz Growth Solutions here. I help businesses accomplish their business goals and thrive and scale by using marketing-fueled growth solutions. And a big key part in helping businesses do that is using funnels in a marketing campaign for a business. So if you're interested in learning about funnels, what they consist of, how to make one, best practices, and a bunch of strategy tips and things you can apply right away, then check out this training, How to Build a Funnel to Get Customers on Autopilot. But it doesn't just stop there. With that training, I've actually also included 2 additional trainings, including email marketing in a nutshell and how to build a landing page in a nutshell. So I go over email marketing best practices. I also include 7 downloadable templates that you can download and use in your email marketing campaigns. So, email marketing and landing pages are key components in a good optimized funnel. So there's trainings on those as well. So if you're interested in getting all of this, click the link and sign up. Something I need to mention is that with these trainings, something that I don't enjoy and that I hate when I attend a training or a webinar is that the content creator or the presenter beats around the bush just a ton with the subject and never actually dives into valuable lessons to actually teach someone, and the whole thing ends up just being like a sales pitch. That's not what I do at all in my trainings. I'm not even selling anything. They are free, and I just do a quick intro about myself, and then we just dive straight into the core content. I don't beat around the bush. I hit all the points, go really quick through it. So these trainings are pretty short, but super valuable. You can download the videos. They're all video trainings, so you can listen to them on your commute. If you have some time, you can watch them. So it's good to listen to or watch as well, and I hope it helps your business and you find value in it. So if you're interested in learning about funnels, this is also for business owners, CEOs, or marketers. It's pretty entry level stuff. If you're an advanced marketer, it's probably not for you. But if you're just looking to apply funnels and some of these marketing strategies to help your business, then this training is more designed for you. It's so no prior experience necessary. You'll get all the information you need, including best practices, how valuable a funnel is, the structure of a funnel, how it actually works, and can serve your business in getting new customers. So if you're interested in learning about that, this is the training for you. Just click the button. It'll take you straight to the training. And thanks again. I hope I see you on the other side. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to this training. I'm super excited that you were able to make it and that you're here. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm not going to beat around the bush much, and hopefully you find a lot of value, even if you're, or whether you're a marketer or a business owner, this should be helpful. So welcome to How to Build a Funnel to Get Customers on Autopilot, or how to build a successful funnel for a customer acquisition solution, and everything you need to know about building funnels at your fingertips. So get customers on autopilot. First of all, I just want to mention that I hate how webinars and trainings kind of skim over the surface, and the whole thing is really just disguised as a sales pitch. That is not this training, and I'm not even selling anything at the end. So this really is purely to help you understand, how funnels can help you get customers. So that's just something that you should be aware of, and I promise this training won't be a sales pitch. So what we're going to cover in the next 20 to 30 minutes is how to build B2B funnels. This can also be helpful for B2C funnels depending on your business, different traffic sources and solutions to fill your funnel, including Facebook ads. And we're going to take a look at a Facebook campaign, kind of a build out and the structure of Facebook, which is completely, not related to funnels, but is related because we're going to focus on that as one traffic source for your funnels. And then we're going to create and look at some examples of landing pages and tips to help your page convert, as well as some email follow-up text messages to help increase your overall ROI. So these are all key ingredients and elements to a funnel, and so we're going to cover that as well as funnel structures overall. So my name is Adrian Hallberg. I'm the founder of Biz Growth Solutions. I call myself a savvy growth wizard. And an example of that is that I helped one business bring in $1.5 million from marketing to their sales team, and the company never did more than $80,000 from marketing back in 2018. So I helped them grow from $80,000 a year to $1.5 million from marketing sources. And in 2021, I helped them accomplish this with a 9-to-1 ROI. So for every $1 of theirs I spent, I would help them make $9 from marketing. And I was able to do that with funnels. So about Biz Growth Solutions, I believe that every business owner can be happy, successful, and scale their business as far as they would like. It is my goal to partner with business owners to help make that happen. So let's get right into it. What is a funnel? So, well, before we get into that, a question we should ask ourselves is, how do you grow a business? According to legendary marketer Jay Abrams' strategy on business growth, there are only 3 ways you can grow a business. Increase the number of customers, increase the average transaction value per customer, and increase the number of transactions per customer. And in order to make these things happen, you need a funnel. A funnel will allow you to increase your number of customers. You can also tweak your funnel to increase the transaction value for each customer. And then you can increase the number of transactions and repeat customers. So you can accomplish all this with a really well-built, optimized funnel and all the elements that go into it. So what is a funnel? Quite simply, a marketing funnel is an intentional path you take your prospect through from unaware prospect to super fan customer. So this is an example of the beginning phases of a funnel. So we're going to start at the top section here, the top of the funnel, or TOFU, which is the awareness stage. So this is anytime a prospect or a person is made aware of your business from an ad, a social media post, even word of mouth, referral, just anytime they become aware of your business in any way. And you can do this from paid traffic, organic traffic, count impressions, views, even in real life, interactions can be awareness as well. So let's go over the 8 steps to build your funnel. So there are 8 essential steps in every funnel. The first one is determine your product/market fit, how your product fits into your market. You choose a traffic source. You offer a lead magnet or value upfront content, offer an entry point offer, offer a core product or service, offer a profit maximizer, build your landing page, create a return path. So let's get started on all of these things here. All right, so number 1, we want to determine our market fit. So product market fit, you need to know your customer in order to effectively market to them. So you can start by asking these questions to better understand your market fit and understand your customer. So ask yourself, who is your ideal customer? What's their demographics, interests, core values, and day-to-day lifestyle? And there's an exercise where you can build this out in a customer avatar, which just helps you understand your customer. And then what are your customers' pain points? So what are their problems and things that your customer faces that's getting in the way of their success, or keeping them back from where they want to be? And then what is your customer's desired state? So where would they like to be if they could? What does success look like for them, and what do they want to achieve? And then ask yourself, after going through these few questions, how does your product help transition the customer away from their problem and their pain points towards their success and help them put them in a position where they want to be? How does your product help them do that? You can go through these questions and create your customer avatar so you have a clear understanding of this, and it'll help you with every step of your funnel, from your ad copy, landing page, and your content in advance, value in advance content, sorry. So it's important to do that. So moving right along, step 2, choose a traffic source. So once you understand, your customer and how your product or offer fits in the marketplace, you want to know, start with a traffic source, and I would recommend just starting with one, which is why we're going to review Facebook ads as our primary traffic source, but there are tons of traffic sources. So there's email marketing, social advertising, besides Facebook, there's LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, search and display advertising on search engines like Google and Bing. You can do content marketing, organic social media, SEO, search engine optimization, again, that organic traffic, and a lot more, including like affiliate traffic as well. So you want to choose a traffic source that is best placed to reach your customer based off of that customer avatar. So the chances are your customers, have a certain place they like to hang out, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or just doing organic searches. There's a lot of crossover here, but focus on one traffic source and then move on to the next. Don't try to do them all at once. So, buying traffic is about getting people into your funnel, and jumping around a bunch of different sources will only make it longer and actually acquire or help you deter customers actually. So let's take a look at some Facebook ads now. So why did I choose Facebook ads as the traffic source to take a look at in building our funnel here in this training? Well, that's because, and when I say Facebook ads, I include Instagram because Facebook owns Instagram. They've now rebranded as Meta. So that's included both of these platforms. So Facebook advertising includes Instagram, which has 100 million US users, and Facebook has 200 million users. And there's a lot of crossover between those two, but the chances are your ideal customer is among one of these users. So step 3 is to create a lead magnet. So once you decide on your traffic source, you need to have some kind of bribe or value in advance content that will get people to opt into your funnel. And this is part of what you'll put into your ad as well. So it's irresistible bribe that gives, a specific chunk of value to a prospect in exchange for their contact information. So when you are creating your lead magnet and your value upfront content, make sure that it provides a quick win, and you want to provide a lot of value to your prospect. You want to make it specific so that it solves a problem, usually a problem related to your core offer. So in the example of our landscaping company, if our core offer is to get people to schedule a free consultation where we go to their house and give them, a free bid on their project or something like that, then maybe we can create a piece of value upfront content that's 10 ways to increase the value of your home on a budget. It's not directly related to what we do, but homeowners might be interested in quick wins on ways they can increase the value of their home without spending a lot. And then maybe we mention in this value upfront content, landscaping is one of those things. You invest in landscaping and you get to increase the value of your home. So that's just an example. So now at this point, we're in the middle of the funnel, MOFU, which is the connection stage. So we've had the awareness from our Facebook ads, our organic traffic, our Instagram and Facebook posts, maybe word of mouth, and then we sent people the offer and they've opted in to our value upfront content. So now we need to connect with them. So we need an entry point to our offer. So these are some another examples to just make your funnel more valuable. An entry point offer is an irresistible, super low ticket offer, usually between $1 to $20, that gets your customer's foot in the door with a purchase. It's easier to make a low cost purchase. This doesn't work with every single business, but if you can figure out a way to implement this in your business, it's just a nice way to grease the wheels to get a customer, and then you can do a really good job with that low ticket offer, which will help you on your main offer later. So this can be physical products, books. Maybe you sell a book on landscaping, sell it for $10. Maybe it can be like a yard kit or something like that, or a very steeply discounted initial service. So maybe you charge, hey, $10 and we'll help you design your dream yard, something like that, and you can even do that over Zoom. So it's another example of how you can implement this with like a landscaping company. And then it's basically a way to create more value up front. Low cost, maybe you break even in some cases, and it's just providing a lot of value and getting a new customer, which will help you, lead them to your core offer. So offer a core product. As long as you over deliver and provide immense value with your lead magnet and your, entry point offer, then your customers will be more interested to purchase your core offer. So when offering your core offer, keep in mind you don't always have to keep all the profits. You can reinvest the sales back into your traffic, so back into your Facebook ads and things like that. Your core offer should be very valuable still, of course, and then you go on to a profit maximizer. So the most successful companies don't actually start making a true profit until this stage. So a profit maximizer is a high-priced purchase that increases the average transaction value per customer. So maybe this is like a big ticket, landscape yard overhaul that's $30,000 or something like that. So you can do upsells on your core offer even. So maybe your core offer could be, yard maintenance, mowing the lawn, trimming, things like that. And then you upsell to like, hey, let's make your dream yard. Cross sells, premium subscriptions if you offer maybe some SaaS software or subscription based services. And so these are all just ways you can increase your customer experience and increase their lifetime value while also increasing your cost per customer, the amount your sales per customer. So that pretty much leads us then to the bottom of the funnel, which is the sales. But before you start at the beginning of the funnel, the top of the funnel, you want to make sure you have a goal in mind. So ask them to be your exclusive partner, or maybe ask them, your goal could be to eventually create their dream yard that's, $10, $30, $50,000. Now to make all this happen, let's get into some more of the practical elements. So we talked about, awareness, top of the stage funnel, and traffic sources, but where does that traffic go? Well, it goes to landing pages. So we have our paid traffic from, say, Facebook ads. Now let's look at some landing page examples. So landing page, it's just a web page. And what makes it different from a regular website page is that there's no navigation and you hide all the links. The only thing on the page is your core call to action. And we'll take a look at this in a minute. So you'll need an attention-getting headline, user headline, or the name of your offer as inspiration for your landing page's headline. And then you need an image, or in my case, I use a lot of videos, so you can use one or the other if you're not a video person, and then a lot of compelling copy, because you want to get people to opt in on this page. So explain the benefits, the value they get. Then below the fold, opt-in form. So below the fold just means when you're on a web page, you don't see the form immediately, but you have to scroll down to the form. And we'll take a look at an example of this in a minute. And then always make sure you have your privacy policy and terms and conditions. That's actually required to be compliant with web laws. So landing page is similar. and I mentioned this to like another website, but there's only one course of action, so you take away your navigation. So a title that hooks people, grabs their attention, description of value, what people will get in return for signing up, what is the value upfront content, and a clear call to action with a button. So here's a quick example of a landing page, and I'll hop right over. All right, so let's take a look at a landing page here. So as you can see, there's no menu, there's no navigation. I have a clear headline. I have a video instead of image, and then I have some copy and a button. And let's take a look at another landing page here. So I have contrasting colors. That's something else that helps landing pages. So I have this orange on blue, green on blue. I have a video, and then I have, what you'll learn. And this is the landing page for this particular training. And then look, there's no form, but when I click on the button, I have a form down here below the fold. So this is the form where people actually opt in to the content. And yeah, so we have the form here. This is an example of some other elements that make a good landing page. Right here, I have some reviews that help, people talking about what it is, about the training, what you'll learn, some copied, another call to action button. This is below the fold on another page I have. And then we have our form. So once we have our landing page made, our traffic source, we want to create a return path. So encourage people to come back in some way and make another transaction. So this is usually done using email, marketing, exit offers, organic social media like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, just by posting regularly to your customers, loyalty programs, content marketing, outbound sales calls, ad retargeting, which I didn't touch on in Facebook, but another great campaign in Facebook is to make retargeting campaigns as well. So email and text follow-up. You want to send continued value, send information about your brand and business so that prospects can learn more about your business, and then pivot to your goal call to action. So use emails to reinforce your brand, educate prospects, but then always have a call to action on your emails, which goes to your goal at the bottom of your funnel, whatever that might be. So you can use text automation and email automation, send more relevant information and things like that. So if we look here, what we've talked about so far, we talked about our paid traffic. So Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, retargeting. There's a lot of other traffic sources. Then we have our landing page. We have organic traffic going to our landing page from our website. We can link to the landing page from other places in our website. And then we have email, text, and follow-up. And when we put it all together, we have this puzzle pieces that creates just a well-running funnel to get customers on Autopilot. So some other traffic sources can be blogging on medium.com. So you can gain a following and traffic to your landing page from medium.com. Medium's kind of like a social media for bloggers. So you can check that out. You can use organic social media platforms with pieces of valuable content linking to your landing page, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, things like that. And then you can use upsell pages. So once your customers make a purchase, it's a great idea to immediately offer them an upsell. So on the back end of your landing pages, for people who purchase, show them upsell page with a thank you message, thank you for your purchase. Here's another upsell solution or something like that. You can confirm with them that the offer has gone through, let them know when they can expect it, bridge the gap, explain what they got is just part of like the bigger whole. So maybe they downloaded a book, but they want a full training or sign up for a live webinar, something like that. And then you can upgrade their purchase. Like, hey, you really enjoyed this purchase, let's upgrade it, get a killer deal, 50% off. And then explain the deal in detail, what comes with it, things like that. You can encourage them to upgrade. So yeah, those are great ways to just upsell the value of your funnel along the way. So I think we've covered some really good things so far. Let me just look here. We've looked at these landing page examples. And real quick before we move on, here's a quick example of kind of an email drip. So I have, all these triggers. They watch a video, they visit a page, they get sent these emails, they get sent this text. So yeah, we've done a lot. We've covered all the things about a landing page. If I come back here, I want to look at the graphic. So yeah, we have this graphic, we have our awareness stage, top of the funnel, we have our middle of the funnel. And a quick metaphor to help wrap this up is like, think of the top of the funnel and the awareness stage is the first time you meet someone. And then the middle of the funnel and the connection stage is after you meet them and they become aware of you, you like them because that's your prospect, you can ask them out on a date. So this is a metaphor relating to like dating to help you understand. So you text them, you call each other, you stay top of mind, stay relevant. And then your goal is eventually to ask them to be, your partner, like exclusively, like, hey, we've been dating, but, let's go out just with each other. So that can be your goal, the sale, the end of the bottom of the funnel. So that's just kind of example of, hopefully it helps you understand better the metaphor of how a funnel structure looks. So yeah, again, I think we've covered some really good things so far. We went over, B2B funnel structures, Facebook ads, landing pages, email follow-ups, and all that. But we are not done yet, because I think that if I leave you now, I'll do more harm than good. And I'm sure you're overwhelmed with a lot of information, maybe information overload, which is why I wanted to share this productivity strategy with you. So and today we are going to take a look at how to create a marketing funnel to get businesses customers on Autopilot. So I'm sure you've heard about funnels from somewhere. There's lots of products and features, and it's just a big thing in the marketing space, like funnels, this and that. But a lot of people are asking themselves, like, what is it? How do they work? And more importantly, like what are the best strategies and just the overall concept that really helps create value, because we always learn about these tactics and these ideas, but unless you have a really powerful, reason and implementation for those tactics, and it creates a lot of value, then, a lot of times we end up just with these half-done tactics and things for our business, but we never actually get the results we're looking for. So today we are going to take a look at funnels from a 3,000-foot view, from the philosophy and idea and the truth and power that they can have when you implement them in your business. So in this video, we're gonna go over more of like the philosophy and the idea you wanna have in mind when creating funnels. Yeah, with that all said and done, let's get straight into it. So I sketched out kind of this funnel here. Hope you can see it okay. And we have our top of the funnel, our tofu, which is the awareness stage. We have our middle of the funnel, or mofu, where we have our connection stage, and then the bottom of the funnel, which is where the sales happen. So I'm just gonna go through these things so you can figure out how they kind of connect. And what's really cool about all this is you wanna make sure that we have the strategy and just the value in mind when we put this all together. So let's get right into the awareness stage. All right, so let's start with the awareness stage. So this is where a brand and a business first introduces itself to like a stranger. So awareness can happen in the digital world online with, paid traffic if you're paying for ads, social media if you're posting and you get that organic social, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you're creating videos, anything like that. And then, so these are kind of broken up, and the KPIs and the way you measure your awareness is usually through views, impressions. You can also count clicks as well. Just any time a stranger becomes aware of your business and they're made aware of it subconsciously, consciously, you know. This can also happen in the real world if you have like interactions with people. If you put on an event or you speak somewhere, or you just run into somebody, you know, at the store or wherever, and you're just talking to them and you tell them about your business. Oh yeah, this is my business. We do this. This is the problems we solve. That's awareness stage. This is where people are introduced to your business, and this is where content marketing comes in. So when you're thinking about content marketing, it's all around this awareness stage, and it's about creating value upfront content. So you're trying to provide value. So, you know, a lot of times it doesn't have to be directly related to your business. It just has to create value for somebody. So an example of that is like maybe your business is a wine store, a local wine store, right? And I'm putting on a party, I'm hosting a party, I have 30 guests, and I'm like, how much wine do I need? How many bottles? I don't know. So I Google, how many wine bottles do I need for 30 guests? Just on Google search, I find this calculator where I can calculate how many wine bottles I need. I can find the different kinds of wines that people enjoy. And I'm like, oh, this is all great. And then I look it up, oh, there's a store, you know, 10 minutes away from me where I can pick up all that wine, right? So I click through and go purchase all that wine. So that tool of like calculating wine, that's just a little example. It also could be an ebook or like a PDF download. Maybe I'm trying to figure out, like I have some problem, right? And I'm a learner and I'm seeking help so that I can grow my business. So I'm learning and I'm looking for some type of content to help fill a solution, whatever that might be. So in this awareness stage, it's all about creating value up front in the form of social media postings, organic blogging, know your organic, your SEO. And then you can also offer a free value up front content, and you can drive traffic to that content from paid ads, paid traffic, and you get your views, your impressions, and people become aware of your brand, and you offer value up front. So throughout this whole funnel, we'll be emphasizing on creating value. So yeah, that's just kind of an overview of awareness and how creating different types of content and value upfront content can do that. So a part of that is you want to create, you know, your buyer persona, and then you want to create some content that matches that buyer persona, something they're looking for that you can then somehow turn in or relate to your business in some way. It doesn't have to be directly related to what you're selling. But let's take a look at another example. Let's say you're a local landscaping company, right? So you want to get more people aware of your landscaping business. A piece of valuable content you can create is maybe like a PDF download that's entitled, you know, top ways you can increase the value of your home on a budget. So homeowners might be, it's specific, you know, it's targeting homeowners. Homeowners might be interested in learning how they can increase the value of their home on a budget, right? So they're like, yeah, I want to make my home more valuable because maybe I'm selling it, or I just want to make it nicer, you know, add that kind of growth in your real estate. So you download that PDF and you put in your name and email, you look at it, and in that PDF, you just have all this information about how you can increase the value of your home. Maybe it includes, you know, redoing your kitchen, painting the walls, updating it to make it look more modern. And then you can include landscaping. You know, if you landscape your front yard, it's more appealing to buyers. That can increase the value of your home. So it's not directly related to your business, what you do, which is landscaping in this example, but it offers value upfront content, and it engages people through content in the awareness stage. So that's just some food for thought. Hopefully that makes sense. And then from there, we can move on to the next stage, which is connection. So let's get right into that. All right, so let's look at the connection stage. So once you build some or offer some value upfront content in the form of, you know, a blog or a video on YouTube or a downloadable PDF, you drive traffic to that, organic, social, paid traffic, all those things. Then when people opt in, so they give you their name and email, usually on a landing page of sort, in exchange for value upfront content, or just a call to action on social media. Maybe you're just posting all this valuable stuff to help, you know, people become aware of your brand. And you're like, hey, if you want to, you know, enter in your service, whatever, click the link, and then it takes them to a website with a landing page, and this is where they can opt in. So this is where we start the connection stage. So once people opt in, you get your leads and your prospects, and then you follow up with email and SMS. So email is still very powerful. It's a good tool. If you can get people to opt in with their phone number, even better, just because the engagement rates are super high. So that's a pro tip. If you really want to make your funnel and your ROI, return on investment, better, SMS and implementing that is a great way to do that, just because the engagement is somewhere around like 98% of people open their text messages within the first 5 minutes. Whereas in email, it's like 20%. So it's huge. And then you just follow up and you nurture. So if you get your prospect, you offer them that value upfront content, they opt in. This is where you nurture them through really well-designed email templates, which if you are in this training and you scroll down to the bottom, there's a bunch of links on email templates. Or if you're watching this video, like I said earlier, on YouTube or somewhere, find the link below, click it, and then you can opt in to the full training where you get access to email templates and other training videos about email, building a landing page, and more specific details about building a funnel, right? So then you follow up with your email and your SMS, and this is where you connect with your prospect. So let's take a step back and compare a funnel to a metaphor of like dating, a human like dating scene, right? So the awareness stage would be your first impression, the first time you meet. Maybe you meet somebody at a friend's party or, you know, out at dinner or something like that. Then in the connection stage, you know, you get their number, that's the opt-in. And in the connection stage, you're texting them back and forth. You know, you're making calls maybe, and you're getting to know each other a little bit. And then you ask them out on a date. That's the connection stage. Like, hey, we met, we felt each other's vibes, we got along, I'd like to ask you out. So that's like kind of a metaphor to the dating world. If you meet somebody, then you're connecting with them. That's this next stage. So that's really just about communication. And that's a big key, is a lot of people will create a lot of content or spend a lot of money on ads, but then they'll fall short on engaging and communicating with their prospects. And so that's really important, is that you make sure that you're over communicating and continuing to offer value. So even in this stage, you can offer more value. Like, hey, you really liked that PDF on how to increase value on your home. Well, now that you're engaged in my email list, here's another like free PDF that you send them in an email, and it could be like 10 ways you can save money by keeping upkeep on your home. You know, 10 things you can do to upkeep on your home, preventative maintenance, maybe something like that. Sorry, I'm just thinking of this stuff on the fly, but in that previous example of landscaping, maybe you offer them more value. Like, hey, here's 10 ways that you can do preventative maintenance on your home to save you thousands of dollars in the long run. That's something else you could offer. So the whole idea is that you just continue to offer value and value and value before you even ever get to the part where you're like selling them on your actual first selling product or service or whatever that might be. So yeah, that's pretty much the connection stage. But then from there, of course, we move on to our third stage, which is actually making the sale at the bottom of the funnel. And in the dating world, if we're using that metaphor, that is where we ask them to be our exclusive partner. Like, hey, do you want to be my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you identify with? That is at that sales stage. So with that said, let's get going on that. All right, so once you're continuing to offer all this value, then you can actually offer them the sale. Like, hey, you really enjoyed this content about how to increase the value of your home. You've enjoyed this content about how to 10 preventative maintenance steps you can take to save thousands. You know, we are a landscaping company. If we're continuing to use that example, why don't you schedule a free consultation where we can come out and build your dream landscaped yard for free within your budget. That could be your call to action, so to speak. So once you go through all this offering value, getting people to opt in, building that connection, then you want to lead them to your main goal and your main call to action, which is to sell them on your first engagement. So in this example, it could be just a free consultation where you come visit their home, build them, a custom quote or something like that. In a lot of other scenarios, a good way to get them to this first sale is offering a very low upfront cost sale, which I'll cover it in the video training below. Or again, if you're watching this and you're not engaged in the full training, click the link below to get access to the full training where we go more in depth into funnels. And so to speak to that, you can offer a $10 or a $20 sale, something that's, really low offer just to get them in the front door, right? So people are more willing to make a $10 sale than they are to spend thousands of dollars on landscaping. So maybe that initial sale in the same scenario is like some kind of book or planner that you sell for $10 to keep track of house maintenance, and maybe some kind of strategy book, something like that. Usually, or if it's services you're offering, it could be a super low entry service. Like, hey, I'm a marketer, I'm the founder of Biz Growth Solutions, so maybe for me, it could be offering email templates. Like, hey, here's 20 email templates for $10 that you can implement right away to increase your engagement, your click-through rates, and your ROI from your email marketing, right? Something like that. And I offer it for $10. That just gets people in the door as a customer. And then from there, you continue to offer them more value so they get way more for that $10 than they expected. And then they're more willing to upsell. Like, hey, that's not my main offer. My main offer is this, $3,000 a month fractional CMO service for myself or something like that. Or maybe if it's that landscaping company example, my main offer is to custom, design your landscaping for your home and then go and do it. And that can be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. So those are just examples of how you can make the initial sale and then upsell, cross-sell, and just blow up the sales funnel, or the sales stage, which is the bottom of the funnel. And then this, going back to our metaphor of dating, this is where we make them our exclusive partner. Like, hey, we met, we've been chatting a lot, gone on a few dates, you're in the connection stage. Let's be exclusive partners, let's be boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you want to call yourselves. And that's that sale, that's your goal right there. So yeah, the whole point of this whole thing is you're offering value every step of the way. You're not trying to trick people. You're not trying to bait and switch. You are just offering value, building awareness to your brand, building genuine connection through email and text messaging. And then after all of that, the sales become easy because people, no competitor is offering as much value, is as one-on-one and specific with them. Just a few messages you can offer or send in this connection stage is like, hey, if you have any questions about, insert industry problem or your service or whatever, if you have any questions, I'm a real person, just hit me up and I'll be glad to answer them for them. It's very smooth. There's no friction. There's no hard selling. It's not that scammy, greasy like car salesman from that, the last century tactics or anything like that. It's really being genuinely concerned about your prospects and your leads and wanting to help them succeed no matter what. Even if they don't choose your business, you want them to succeed. That is how you present value. You make it about them and you never talk about yourself. You never talk about your business. You maybe educate them a bit, like, hey, if you're interested in this or that, and you can talk about yourself maybe a little bit, but the idea is that you make it more about them. You're offering them value, you're offering them help, and then there's no question. They're not trying to think of another competitor. They're not trying to do anything. They're like, this is my guy. This is my go-to. He's been here all along for whether it's a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, however long it takes. You just do this over and over. And if you notice, it's wide funnel up top in the awareness stage. So maybe you could have 10,000 people up here. That ends up being 1,000 people in your email and text messaging list, which ends up being 100 new customers. So, that's what makes it the funnel. And when people drop off and come down, you can hit them up again, retarget them with retargeting ads. So there's a lot of ways to just make this really valuable. So I hope, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you learned a lot. I hope that's helpful. But I don't want to leave you yet, because if I just leave you with all this information dump I just gave you, I feel that I'll do more harm than good. And I'll tell you a bit about why I feel that way here in a minute. So let's make a transition, and I'll tell you about this productivity strategy and tip, so that I don't leave you doing more harm than good. So give me another minute or so, and I'll go into a productivity tip that will really help your business. And you can go implementing these funnels right away, but if you don't have an overall strategy and plan in place to implement all this, then you might just end up with another half-built bridge. And I don't want that to happen for you. So if you give me a few more minutes and stay with me here, I'll give you some productivity advice or tips about half-built bridges and how you can really take this and make the most of it for your business. So let's get into that next. All right, so before I leave you with the strategies and methods, tactics that we just went over, I just want to share this productivity strategy with you to help you get the most out of your marketing journey as you continue to learn other things. So yeah, let's just get right into it. All right, so I have this illustration here, and this is you on the left. You have your business goals or learning goals. Maybe you want to learn a valuable in-demand skill like marketing, or you're trying to learn how to market your business, or maybe a business you work for. Whatever the scenario is, this is you, and you have your goal on the other side of the kind of canyon here, this pot of gold. And what happens is, this is a scenario we can all identify with, and we hear about some new tool or tactic or a shiny object syndrome, and we start to do something. Maybe it's building a marketing funnel or social media, or developing a good website, or social media ads, paid advertising on Google or Facebook or something like that. Or maybe it's chatbots. There's all these things that we can do to market and promote a business. And then we start to do one of these things, and then we get that shiny object syndrome, and we learn about something else, or are introduced to another idea that we think is really cool. So we start that, and then we start that. And what we're left with is all these half-built bridges that actually don't really get anywhere, right? So what I want to recommend is that you pick just one tactic, one tool or tactic, one strategy, one thing that will be the most valuable to helping market and promote a business, and you just stick with that one thing and finish it, complete that bridge, and then you can move to the second most valuable, the second most impactful thing, and then you can just go on, and then it will take you to the other side, get to where you want to be, and you'll see big improvement and traction in the growth of whatever business you're working on. So I've identified 73 plus different tools and tactics, different bridges that will help businesses grow. The question is, which one is the most impactful for your business? That I don't know. And if you need help, you can, if you need help figuring out what that one impactful tactic is, the one bridge that will have the biggest impact on the growth of your business, then you can just head over to my website, ahmarketing.biz, and connect with me, and then we can, I can help you figure that out. So that's the strategy I wanted to share with you to help you be productive. I hope that helps, and really just focus on that one bridge at a time, and go from there. All right, so that concludes this course. This was an intro course to give you ideas and strategies and the mindset to help you be successful. I hope you learned some valuable methods and strategies to help you improve your marketing and develop that skill set. No matter what your circumstances are, maybe you're learning to market a business you work for, or to help improve and grow your own business, or you're just trying to learn, an in-demand skill. But as long as you keep on learning and practicing these things we talk about, and continue to learn and develop those skills, you'll be better equipped with an in-demand skill. You just need to keep on practicing, learning, and doing things like actually hands-on in practice as well.